What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You already know what time it is. This is your boy, the historian. You know how we get down. You either get right or you get left. We got the halftime report for you. So go ahead and sit back, relax. I got you covered. Let's go. BirdCage. What's going on? What's going on? You know how we get down. Hey, I can't even be mad today. Jimmy Lake is doing his thing today, folks. When you look at this defense and the way that they're attacking, but here's my thing. We should be doing this against a freaking two-win team, period. Truthfully, we should be up 21 nothing right now, honestly. But I got to give a major congratulations to Bijan Robinson. Hey, congrats on getting your first 1,000-yard season. Drake London, you're next. You're going to be getting your 1,000 yards long as Cousins keeps looking you down. Definitely a beautiful grab that you made in the first quarter from that slow go route. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Ran down the tightrope, stepped on in, got the 6. So, and I got to give it to my defense. Getting the safety, they scored tonight. They're not allowing these guys to run. Ritter's been finding a little success. They've been able to contain the biggest weapon that the Raiders have is Brock Bowers. Now, the one thing that we're going to have to do in this second half, we're going to have to put more points on the board, period, just to put this game away. This is a game that, as I said before, we must have. I don't care how it happens, but tonight has got to be a night that you get this ball game and you pretty much keep yourself within the standings with the Bucks. The Bucks at this point, they look like they're going to take the division, but you have to win. You have to win. You have to put your foot on these guys' neck. You cannot allow the Raiders to gain any confidence in the second half. Play the first half defensively like you did play the second half like you played in the first half. You've got to have it. It's just what it is right now. And the one thing I got to say, we're seeing aggressiveness, but here's my thing. It's against a 2-11 team. I'm not going to get excited over this win. This is what we should be doing. Truthfully, as I said before, we need to be whooping them a little bit worse. So if we got some Falcon fans in here saying, yeah, we winning. Look, I don't care. I'm going to be a wet blanket for you. There's no need to get excited of us beating a 2-11 team. Now, if we were beating the Kansas City Chiefs, somebody like that, then you got all rights to be. But at this point, it's disappointing. We are literally having to hope to win a ball game to stay within this. That's not good. That's bad for business. And this being bad for business is not good for everybody. So all I'm saying is this. The offense has to figure out the passing game a little bit better. Just got to pass a little bit better. Offensive line, it was getting whipped up front. That's got to change. You cannot allow people to get on Kirk's feet. Kirk decided to run today. He's 7 out of 9 for 84 yards. Guess what? The running game is working. Continue to run the football. This is just what you have to do. Continue to run the football. Now, apparently, they're not trusting Young Wei Koo to kick the ball today. He's still hurting, but they're not even trusting him to run the ball. What's going on to – how can I put it? I got to say, what's going on to our guy, Ruka Roro? Welcome back. Kadarius Street showed up tonight. The defensive line is getting after it. It's a good sign where you're seeing penetration. You're seeing Caden Ellis balling out all over the place. And then when you look at it, the safeties are still looking a step behind. That is something that we don't need to see because if you remember, there was a pass attempt earlier with the backup tight end for the Raiders. He got behind the secondary. You can't do that. You can't have brain farts like that in a game that you must have. You can't. At this point, you just have to make things work. And at the end of the day, Ritter's going to run. We already know this. Ritter's going to run. He's going to get away. But you cannot let him play schoolyard football. He's going to give you a turnover. We know this because guess what? He gave it to us when he played for us. he didn't last with the Cardinals that long because he turned over the ball, ladies and gentlemen. And you got Kyler Murray there. So him coming into this situation, he's just trying to catch a paycheck. Let's go ahead, handle business, put these guys out of their misery, and go home. Get ready for next week. This should be a game that needs to be in the bag at this point. This game needs to be in the bag. Bijan Robinson, he's got 58 yards. He's averaging 5 yards a carry. Tyler Algier, only 4 yards. 4 carries with 2 yards. They pretty much are putting it on him. Now, there was a busted play that got called back or whatnot, and they had to redo. Tyler Algier was going to walk to the end zone. It would have been a walk-in 6. But Kirk Cousins has been sacked twice. You got to put this on this offensive line. This offensive line has to be better. And that stems from the top on down. So at this point, it's just like this. Get this win, head home, handle your business, and keep it moving. Because at the end of the day, all this is we're playing to fight for survival at this point. You're fighting for your playoff life tonight. You lose to this team, you don't deserve to go to the playoffs. Honest to God. I don't say that lightly. I'm being honest with that. Because after this week, we get the Raiders, we get the Giants next week at home. We get them 3 days before Christmas. And then 7 days later, you get their division rival on the road in Washington on December 29th. 4 days after Christmas. 2 days before New Year's. Then you get the Panthers. The rest of the way that this season lines up, you got a chance to get 2 straight wins to start a winning streak. Your last 2 games are going to be dogfights. These games should easily be in the bag for us, period. These games should be in the bag for us at this point. You're going to be in dogfights in the last 2 games. That's pretty much what's going to happen. And you can't put yourself in a spot to where you're going to be playing from behind. And at this point, it's just what it is. So if you are saying that we need to lose out because we got fans saying, go ahead and tank the season. Here's my thing. Dog, we not trying to lose. That's a loser's mentality. Look, we've been losing enough already. You want to tank and turn it in because you're upset? Man, get a glass and get a tall glass and get over it. Guess what? There's some of us that still want to go to the playoffs regardless. At this point, it is what it is. This man has got to come in and he's got to fulfill the promise that he made of winning the division or getting to the playoffs. One has got to give. You're not going to get much grace from this fan base for you losing. So one has got to give. But again, I see some folks in the comments. I see what you're saying. It is what it is. That's how you feel. Again, I'm a vet, and I'm going to tell you like this here. I wouldn't want nobody in my foxhole with me like that. I wouldn't want nobody underway with me handling hurricane weather and saving lives like that. Because for me, if you're willing to give up because things get bad or things get hard, hey, man, I can't rock with you like that. I can't. That's just cowardice to me. But all I'm saying is this. If Kirk is limping at this point, if he's hurt, you got to pull him. You got to pull him. If he's hurt, you need to pull him. It's time to put the young buck in there if Kirk is hurt. My thing is this. I don't want the young buck in right now, but if your quarterback is hurt right now, it's just what it is. It's just what it is at this point. So Kirk's run, he's played in the pocket. He's moved around. He's just got to continue. He's got to get the ball downfield. Got to stop staring guys down. A couple of plays he's had Pitts open. A couple of plays he's had Mooney open. He's underthrown Mooney a few times, and looking at it, it's just not good. My thing is we need to just go ahead, and if Kirk is not 100%, throw the rookie in there at this point, because how much worse can it get? We're winning right now. If he's hurt, pull him, because we can't afford to lose this game. Not to the Raiders at all, especially if he's playing awful. So looking at the stats and the box score, I'm not going to keep y'all too much longer because truthfully, this is a game we need to have. This is a game we need to have. But looking at what we have right now and looking at how we've been performing, 85 yards, 84 yards for Kirk, that should have been over 100 yards right now, being honest. But here's the good thing about it. Ray's catching the ball, 1 yard, 1 catch, 14 yards. Drake's got 2 for 14. 2 for 48 yards. He's averaging 24 yards a catch. You gotta get Charlie Warner a little bit more involved in this, and you got to get Kyle Pitts involved in this. Got to start using your tight ends. If you're not going to use your tight ends at this point, you might as well just go ahead and let them block the whole game, because there are matchups and there are mismatches with this defense that these tight ends can eat. This needs to be a tight end game. If Kirk is not going to get that ball downfield, you have to start using mesh concepts, and you have to start using concepts where you're running smash routes with your tight ends, or you're running bench routes with your tight ends. You've got to start using them to move the chains. You cannot just keep putting this on Bijan like this, because again, there are so many hits a running back can take before they get hurt. All running backs go through it. I'm knocking on wood because I don't want Bijan to get hurt. But at the same time, you don't need to overstress him. Use your other weapons that you have. Start taking some of that load off of Bijan as well, because you don't need one of the best players on this team to go down with a bad injury, and God forbid he's done before the playoffs. You got to start using your weapons. He's getting beat on a little too much. That's just my opinion. In a game with a 2-11 team, you really got to start using all of your weapons at this point. You got to start getting guys in the rhythm of touching the ball outside of just blocking the whole time. That's just what it's got to be. But that's pretty much what I have for this halftime edition, man. I'll go through some of the comments that's in here. Normally, I don't go through comments during the halftime show, but because of how this game is going, I'm gonna do a little something. I'm gonna go through some of the comments we got. What's good, Wallace? Yeah, Father Time's catching up with him. Normally, I don't do comments during halftime, but I'm gonna do a couple of comments today. No, I mean, everybody, look, I know you're saying people want a better draft pick, but here's my thing. You got to lose to get a better draft pick. I'm tired of losing and having to be up in the top of those draft picks, because guess what? When we are in the top of those draft picks, we normally fumble the bag with that. And it's a track record of that. So, again, it's just time to just win this game and go home. So, StreamYard is doing what StreamYard does as well. So, in other words, man, that means my time is up. I definitely appreciate y'all for coming through for the halftime show. What we are going to have tomorrow is either the party line, which I expect to have, but hey, if the Falcons decide to Falcon today, the benediction will be tomorrow night, but it's going to be at 8 o'clock. Everybody's welcome. We're going to have the links up. We're going to have everything open, but we're still going to have the regular show for Thursday to preview the Giants and the Falcons on Thursday. But tomorrow will be a special edition for pretty much for the post-game show, because we're not doing a post-game show tonight. It's a little late. It's going to be like around 11 something tonight. A lot of people got to get up and go to work. So let's get this dub. Y'all be safe. Y'all be blessed. Love you guys. And hey, happy holidays to those who are out here shopping and doing what they do with their families at this point. Be safe out here, man. There's some nuts out here. Let's get this win. Y'all be easy. This is the halftime show with the historian. We out.